And when we talk about being TV producers, I've been trying to get my clients to think about the segments, storytelling, just the basic, best practice for storytelling, a great intro and take them on this journey and a climax, then end strong. And so storytelling, but also thinking of it in the different segments. So think of you as the viewer. I want to see and hear something different, right? To keep me engaged. And so is this segment, when you figure out what your agenda is, it goes back when you said planners being ready with their agenda. Is this piece of the agenda best told by a video? Is it best told by a pre-recorded session? Is it best told by an MC that live out of a studio? Like understanding what you want to communicate, and then what's the best tool? Is that a solid strategy to think through the agenda and then think about the best way to?
Yeah, I really think so. And I also think, there's this trend in virtual to doing shorter sessions. And that has to do with attendee engagement, right? Like how long can you ask somebody to sit in front of a Zoom call? But also the medium allows you to get more information into a smaller amount of time. And it's sort of up to us to take advantage of that to its fullest. And it's hard and it's a lot of work and it's a lot of pre-planning. And so, as much as you can do to kind of pull together those elements. I mean, I loved what you were saying about how do we best communicate this? Maybe it's a separate little video vignette that does this in 30 seconds, but it takes me 5 minutes to explain it.
I think it's also going to the technical partners, the production partners around, like what used to happen on a stage, that they just walk up and then something's happening. Some of that, when we talk about the best way to feature it, is making a separate video ahead of time to showcase the 5 winners, right? Or, we had an event that had the best office. So to go ahead of time and put cool music and infographics and make a super cool 3-minute video instead of having these people stand there on a stage. It's now, so then you've got, when you talk about cost, now you've got to put in your work back schedule, production time for that,
right.
Cost to go shoot the content, and then the editing, right? To make it really a cool 2 minutes versus them just walking on the stage and showing something on the stage. So are you guys seeing a lot of pre-event production with developing
Yeah, I think
content?
You're right. It is a question of budget and also your willingness to allow your attendees to have downtime or less than the most optimal experience, right? And those things, there's some balance in between of like how much you're willing to spend versus how much you're willing to have your attendee kind of wait while you queue up the next thing or whatever. I think there's also a little bit of it's hard to let go of being in person, and we all remember that and we all love it. And so that feeling of having the award winner walk up and having the walk it up music and, this pageantry, that it doesn't translate well in the virtual world, and being willing to let go of that thing that was so special and do something different. I think, it's a hard thing to do.
That is such a great point, Laurel, because I have definitely, when I've been talking to the people who are transitioning to virtual, I ask that question, is this like a sacred cow, or does this translate? Because maybe there's a different way we could showcase your 5 winners that we've never thought about because we have new tools. And then they start like, what do you mean? And then you can show them a sizzle video of like, see, we could do this, and we can have them each come on live and put them on the screen, but also we can do a little backstory of each of them on video ahead of time. I think that working with a production team who has been in the business of lights, camera, action for a long time it was always critical because you were our show. If we went into a ballroom and the lights and camera didn't work, we were not in action mode. And I think it's deeper even now, the connection with these production teams to collaborate and say, this is the agenda item. In this, Tuesday afternoon, we're going to do a whatever party. What have you seen work around that kind of a segment format? And what would we be looking at if we wanted to do a 2-minute video? Is it an extra $30,000? Can we do it, to really kind of understand the capabilities, the costs, and kind of how we collaborate. I mean, I think it's capabilities, costs, and the collaboration around let's do something cool and different on the small screen for this virtual piece.
Right. Yeah. I mean, AV has always been mission critical, right? If you can't hear it or see it, did it even happen? But in this day and age, we've become so much more strategic partners in helping to guide people through the production and getting down from an agenda to a run of show to a queue to queue, and really what that level of granularity and helping them think through, okay, this actually how I want my show to run, and envision that when they haven't done it before, so they're really relying on us to help them walk through, and people like you have done it now so many times. We were all building the plane and flying it at the same time, but now we have some experience under our belts.
Oh, for sure. I really appreciate your willingness to partner, your thought leadership, your team's capabilities. You have a fantastic team. Definite plug around working with Seamless Events out of Portland. Their team is fantastic. A lot of, seasoned pros that understand the technical part, but also the customer service part. And I just want to thank you for your time. I would love to figure out a way to get our toolkit, community some resources. I don't know if you have I'd love to see a great sample of your ideal run of show, and what are those columns and what are those details, and kind of show me a best practice of that. So if you're open to that, maybe we can collaborate on a joint post in LinkedIn or something showing some cool tools to make us better planners, because we need to up our game with you guys and at our side. So great job on what you've done. Commend you on hanging in there. As business owners, both of us, we talked, I think March or April, when I was in your studio, about just hanging on through this. And I know, unfortunately, there's been a lot of people that have really struggled to stay in business. And so as a women business owner to women business owner, thank you for, staying in there and continuing to innovate and, figure out ways to allow us to gather. So thank you so much. Any closing comments on how they find you, or?
Yeah, our website is seamlessevents.com. We're on all of the social medias. You can find us there. And I'm personally on LinkedIn, Laurel Miller. You can find me if you want to reach out, and we can connect. But I just really appreciate what you're doing, Lynn. It's such a great platform, and I've learned so much from your toolkits and your willingness to share your experience. So thank you for letting me be a part.
Oh, you're a rock star. I really appreciate your time today. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll be in touch and continue to provide some great shared content and learn and grow together as we keep moving. So thanks so much, Laurel.
Thank you. Bye-bye.